Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. This is Real Estate and Ron Escobar. And today we have a wonderful opportunity to interview one of the top performing agents around the world. And we're going to focus this specific video on prospecting. This is going out to all the agents that are having some ideas and thoughts around how they can improve their career. I think we share, I'm going to introduce Leo in a second. I think we share the idea that prospecting is a huge part of the equation on being successful in real estate. So today we have Leo Pareja with us. He's a top performing agent at Keller Williams, has been ranked #1 worldwide in units sold in 2010 and consistently continues to deliver amazing numbers. I just want to know, Leo, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Ron.
And just for the people who haven't seen any of the other videos, can you give us a snapshot of what type of volume of business do you do?
Sure. I've been in license for 12 years. My first 5-6 years, I seemed to have a ceiling between 25 and 50 units. Mm-hmm. And then about 5 years ago, I got very on purpose, and I broke through that and been consistently doing 400 to 600 units a year.
You heard it right. He said 400 to 600 units, right? The average real estate agent, I think, by National Association of Realtors, does between 6 to 10. Multiply that by 100, and this is the type of person that we are lucky to have with us to pick his brain to deliver value to you. So you can subscribe to this channel. You can do comments, ask your questions, and we will answer them for you. And take advantage of this great benefit that we're bringing to you at no cost to you. Subscribe to our channel, ask questions. You owe it to yourself. So we're talking about prospecting, and you said right before we go into that, you said something that one day you had an epiphany, a moment, a breakthrough, and you went from, did you say 25 or something?
I had peaked around 50.
So you said 50, which is already amazing, and you tripled it, quadrupled it.
The next year I went to 198.
198,
and
okay.
Then went to 400.
So you triple it and then you double it again, right? So if you're an agent that does 10 transactions, very feasible for them to do 20 the next year and 40 the next year and 110 the next year.
I think so.
Okay, so how do you do that? What kind of prospecting leads to that, maybe I should say?
So I think the first thing you need to do is have a very honest conversation with who you are and how you're wired. You know, I think it's very important to live in your passions and the stuff that makes you happy. If cold calling and door knocking terrifies you and, you know, brings no joy in your life, then that's probably not going to work out for you. Mm-hmm. But if you're someone who can do that and can do that well, you know, there's a good percentage of the population that can't, so that's already an advantage. So I think it's really important that you focus on what your talents are.
Okay. So I know you to be analytical, and you say you're not, but how do you kind of like divide prospecting, right? I have some ideas of what I think prospecting is and what kind of activities one can do to help one's business. So
just let's define the word. Prospecting is a very generic term. So what I'd want to focus on is what niche of business you're going to go after. And then you can prospect in any niche. So for example, for many years my focus has been multi-transactional clients. Okay. So I define that by a buyer or seller who will do multiple transactions with me in one calendar year. Okay. So during the downturn, it was obviously banks and financial institutions. Now that we have a stable market, it's builders, developers, investors, who buy and sell multiple houses with me, because the way I look at it is I only need to track 5 or 10 relationships to do hundreds of transactions. Mm-hmm.
So passion, very important. To know your why. Mm-hmm. You reach out to these people. There are other people that want to help first-time home buyers. Mm-hmm. And
Absolutely.
They just take a thrill out of it. Mm-hmm. You would recommend focus on that and build your career around that.
And become the very best at it.
And your passion, your love is going to drive your performance.
Absolutely. And the thing I suggest is look in your market, look outside of your market. Find the person you want to emulate, call them, go visit them. Hell, if you're new, go work for them. But learn the best system and process to achieve the goal you want. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. There's nothing new in our industry. People think there is, but it's a twist on something that we've already done. So my behaviors, if I want to enter a new niche that I'm not familiar with, I will find the very best person in the country, call them, offer them money, go spend a couple days with them, pay them for their time because I value it, and learn from them. And my surprise has been that everyone's very open to talk, especially when you want to learn in a genuine way.
Okay. Do you door knock?
No.
Have you ever door knocked?
No,
Do you cold call?
never.
Do you send 100,000 emails to people?
I don't.
And you never have?
No.
And the people that you emulated or that are in your resource list, do they do any of this?
Absolutely. I have some great friends that do it very successfully, and I have on a specific project door knock. Like for example, my concentration is multi-transactional clients, so I have a developer who likes a specific zip code because the numbers are right for him to buy the lots, tear down the houses, and build infill construction in our local market. We'll absolutely task our agents to go knock that specific neighborhood. But as a broad stroke of prospecting, no, we don't door knock like that.
Okay. So there you have it. It seems what I'm taking from this is like, do the stuff that you love doing, and it's going to take care of itself. There's no need for you to, if you hate cold calling, to suffer 3 hours a day cold calling.
Well, again, it goes back to becoming a student of how you're wired. If you have a very high interpersonal skills and you don't mind talking to people that you are already in relationship with, then take more of a by referral approach where you qualify your database, stay in touch with them. But I'm not giving you an excuse not to prospect. That's just the distinction, right?
Yeah.
The distinction is, are you calling warm leads or are you calling cold leads? You can't get away from not calling. So I do call a couple hours a day, but for me it's maintaining warm relationships and taking them to the next level.
It's calling in your friend and checking in on them and see how you can help them be
Absolutely.
successful.
My friends just happen to run hedge funds and banks and developers. And
Okay, so there you have it, folks. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. This is Ron Escobar with Everything Real Estate. You can subscribe to the channel. You can give us your questions. We will take the time to answer them for you. Real estate, I think, is a wonderful career.
Absolutely. I truly think it's probably got the lowest barrier of entry with the highest return for someone who takes it seriously. If you compare it to other franchises in the restaurant world or in other businesses, the barrier of entry is hundreds of thousands of dollars. Real estate is not that case.
Just block and tackle, hard work. I always say a journey of 1,000 miles start with the first step. So if you're serious about your production, subscribe to the channel. You're gonna hear from a lot of great people. You're gonna hear a lot of great ideas, and it's just another resource for you to stay motivated. And thank you, Leo, for being with us.
My pleasure.
And folks, we'll see you on the next one.